Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. What we got here? It's a miniseries. This is the Nightcrawler miniseries from, what is this, 80, 85, 85, 86. November of 85, so probably, yeah, February. Actually, probably all 85, so I bet you this last issue came out in the tail end of 85. What this was back in the 84, 85, Marvel put out a lot of miniseries, like 4-issue miniseries. And a lot of them were either characters that were known for being in teams or ones that never had their, especially ones that never had their own solo series. It felt like this was a way to get some artists that couldn't keep deadlines some work, but also try these characters out and see if any of them could get their own solo series. And the only one that kind of came out of this to me is that there was a Wolverine miniseries. They did that, then they did a Kitty Pryde Wolverine miniseries, and they both did so well that Wolverine finally got his own series. Because Nightcrawler didn't get a solo series forever. You can tell this is a direct market one because you got the M here. You got the BAMF and the thing. And what this is 4 issues. Pretty sure Dave Cockrum wrote and drew all 4. 75 cents back then. And Nightcrawler has an adventure. And this could take place anytime in the X-Men timeline back when this was coming out. I read this as a kid and loved it. Like every month, every like 2 or 3 weeks, I'm wanting to go to the store, see if the new issue's out. Loving it. Want to say, if I remember, like issue 3, I might have had to buy like through mail order or get like somebody to go to the comic shop for me because I don't know. I'm trying to think. That's not fact. I was going, but not often. Let's get into it. Look at that. I love it. I love it. Nightcrawler is one of my absolute favorite X-Men. And I have a Nightcrawler figure that take off the headband and these cuffs. That's when he looks. He has a sword and everything. I love Nightcrawler. I mean, my generation, like everybody, Wolverine. I like Wolverine. No joke. I'm a big Wolverine fan, but my X-Men characters were always Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, Colossus, and then if you give me a fourth, it's gonna be Rachel Summers, Phoenix, that version of Phoenix, and if you give me a fifth, it'd be Wolverine. Let's look at this. Okay, Dave Cockrum is the writer and artist. Colors is Patty. Letter is Jim Novak. Editor is Ann Nocenti. And editor in chief is Jim Shooter. Then what is Nightcrawler's in trying? Danger Room, you got Kitty Pryde and Alanya, whatever Colossus's last name is. Let me see. So you got Magic and Shadowcat, and he's just testing out his agility. It's an introduction to the character. And I like this. He goes, Starlight in the control room. So we wondered why you do the no bath routines. I mean, your power is permanent. It doesn't come and go. That's true, Katzen. But yeah, I already had one adventure where I wasn't able to teleport, and it's quite some time ago before either one of you joined us X-Men. Cerebro, our mutant detector, registered a half-mutant in Poughkeepsie who flew up to investigate and found the Vanisher trapped halfway through some sort of space warp, unable to escape. See Bizarre Adventures number 27. Apparently, he had run in with a Russian superheroine, Darkshine. Her dark force power trapped him as he tried to teleport. I made a mistake of touching him. Somehow, the dark force acted on both our teleporting powers and sent us hurling across dimensional barriers to a strange new world. And while in this new world, the Vanisher's power and mind cancel each other out, neither of us. After various misadventures, we finally managed to get home through the well at the center of time, a bizarre metaphysical phenomenon that exists simultaneously in all worlds and all times, worlds, and dimensions. A well at the center of time? Wow, what a concept. Kitty Pryde was such a nerd girl. She's like, oh, this sounds like something I read. So she brings it up in the damn Danger Room, and look, Lockheed runs over there and gets caught by a tentacle, and if I remember right, he gets stuck into it, and so does Nightcrawler, and then they disappear. Remember these rich robots? And then we get this gorgeous Dave, and what this is the world, there's an issue of the X-Men called Kitty's Fairy Tale. She's telling Alanya a story about the bands, which are little like stuff like Smurf versions of Nightcrawler and like Lockheed and all this. So it's Lockheed and Nightcrawler, and they don't know it. They're in the Sky Pirate world, kind of like, Skies of Arcadia. And Nightcrawler loves the old pirate movies. He always thinks himself as Aeroflame, so he fits in perfectly. And they're trying to rescue him. And it's just good art, cool story. And the reason why I bought this is not, there's no trade of this. It's only 4 issues. It'd be a really thin trade, and knowing Marvel, they'd be, oh, it's $15. I'm not paying $15. I got lucky and went on, and on my comic shop, these 4 copies that are not mint. They're in decent shape for about $3 an issue. First one I paid a little more for, and these are not cheap anymore. If you want a good mint copy, you're gonna pay about $6 an issue for this, and they're on really white paper. Was this better paper at the time, maybe? So that's why it might have been 75 cents. And just, those posters. I remember that after the posters being all over. And this shark thing. Yeah, that was that issue. And look at the... Okay, back then, Marvel didn't have a lot of stuff. All right, so down to the side. Issue 2. So that didn't take that long. Issue 2. I love it's got this shark coming up like Jaws. The maiden, he's saving the pirates. There's Lockheed. A boggy day at London Twin. And same creative team as the last one. And we still got Kitty and Alanya and her Michael Jackson shirt. Say, Nightcrawler. And that's when he meets the little bat-looking creatures. And could they? I don't know if they can go or not. Oh, they can go through the mirror. It's like a fantasy pirate story with Nightcrawler. I mean, it's just great art, cool little story. I have not read this since I was a kid. This is one where I heard it as a kid. I lost these. I mentioned the fire, or somebody set my comic. I lost these in there and just never replaced them. But every time I'd find them somewhere, like I can remember at the damn comic shop I went to all the time out in Texas, the owner's like, oh, he goes, I got the last one. He goes, all right, he put them in a bag and had them all in a big bag, bagged and board all for you. She goes, it's $20. I'm like, man, I'm gonna pay. Come on, man, really? Well, it ain't out in trade. They probably never put it out, man. It's Dave Cockrum, For you, I'll do 17. I'm like, man, I don't even want to pay that much. I'm cheap. Oh, look at this ad. I love these. Always the centerfold, and it's always, the coming up cartoons. Let's see. 85, 86 NBC, I would have watched Snorks, Gummy Bears, Smurfs, Monkey Brewster, Alvin Chipmunk's Kid Video, Mr. T, Spider-Man, Amazing Friends. I would have watched everything. Last time we had 2 VCRs, and so I was recording stuff, too. I love this shark guy he fights. And then this is the CBS one. We got Dungeons & Dragons, CBS Story by Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Hulk Hogan, Ross Wrestling, Berenstain Bears, Wills's Young Astronauts, which never happened, Muppet Babies and Monsters, which only 2 episodes of that happened. And she hits the button, thinks she's going to save him, and she saves his suit. Send it back, send it back. Kurt's out there somewhere giving a free shoot. I think I can reset for another try. I hope I can. Meanwhile, by goodness, Kurt, your clothing disappeared completely and then reappeared. How did you do that? And can you do it again? Got it. What? No, not now. Stay back, princess. What is that? It's another dimensional warp. It's pulling me in. Hold on, Lockheed. And then the Bamfs. Daddy, you come home. Secret Wars 2 is going on, but I got me some Morpho droids. I got me some Nightcrawler miniseries. And we got issue 3. Look at that great cover. Colossus and Kitty Pryde and Wolverine and a Bamf and the big one. It just looks so good. The Max mask ad. Same creative team. And it's just, he's telling them, and I'll give them this. They usually use a page or so in each. So if you didn't get the earlier ones, you could still read it. I love the color mistake there where Nightcrawler's got the white face. And they're trying, Kitty and them are still trying to save him. There's the wizard. And this is Kitty's fairy tale, yes. I love this little fairy tale version of Wolverine. And a gigantic Lockheed. There's Kitty and Colossus with the damn boat. In this, Lockheed's in love with that Kitty. Oh, the missing Captain Crunch. Team with Spider-Man had to go look at the cereal box and find out where he was. There's the. Like I said, just a fun, well-drawn, cool little, side story. And then look, boom, boom, they bring in, it's a fucking Bamf. Hot dog girls, come to Bamf's loving arm, baby cakes. What in the world was that? Bamf, Kitty, he said Bamf. Do you remember the fairy tale you once told me? The one with the Bamfs? They call it Bamf because when he teleports, it says Bamf. Bamf, see? On how it's possible Kurt must be somewhere with a lot of Bamfs, real ones. Assuming if has such a ridiculous suggestion has any truth to it, how can we pick Kurt out of a horde of Bamfs? We can bring him on here and throw back the undersized ones. We're trying to rescue Kurt here, not catch fish. And this big evil Bamf, the dark Bamf. And they're all caught by the Wizard of Oops! And then, man, I remember the weight on this last issue. And look at the Kitty face with the dots in it. I remember this. And it's like, oh shit, last issue. And I love just that image right there. Kurt is a swashbuckler. Now this has finisher Joseph Rubinstein, so maybe Cockrum got a little behind. Then lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! So we got Thundercats, the Care Bears, and Meet Misty, which is Trina Robbins trying to do something at Marvel, and it didn't last. So she took it over someplace else, changed the name. And he brought the Dark Banff in. Your sister snorts elderberries. Hey, Portface, your mother sweats bacon grease. That's the Banff working with, oh man, it's just so. The challenge of the GoBots. I would love, and I know I would love just a big thick trade of all these old ads. And I've seen some people do ad zines. Wind Rider, which is basically, Storm. Oh, this one, the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera started? Yeah, Galtar and the Golden Lance. And the Jetsons. And Kitty went through it, and Alanya. I don't think she'd developed her powers yet. This is her powers. Her powers came from one of these miniseries. It was the Magic miniseries. I'll be Hornswoggle. It's a mammal. Cretaceous Sam. These classics illustrated, basically. He's still teleporting around. And he comes back. And that's just, oh man, I just love, and I'm so glad I found this. And it wasn't that much. I paid about $12. Yeah. Yeah. Because, like I said, you're not going to get this. They're not going to. I don't think this is in any essentials or anything. It's not an essential store, but it's just so much fun. And, man, I'm wondering with all these, because I was thinking about this, I wouldn't mind, even though it would cost a little bit, take this one, take the Magic one, get the Wolverine one and the Iceman one. I don't know if any other ones they did that were X-Men, and make like a trade out of that. That's what they should do. The original Wolverine, because that's only 4 issues. That's 4. Iceman's 4, and then sorry, I need to sit. Then the Magic one, that'd be 4. That'd be 16 issues. That'd be a decent sized trade. But I'm out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye bye.